welcome back to another episode of Lights Out with Ish and Eve. I'm Ish and this is Eve, and we are back to finally share our F1 2026 predictions.
Yes. Honestly, I wanted to put this
nervous.
off. I was putting this off as long as, like, realistically possible. Because,
Yeah.
oh no. And I was telling you, I was changing some of them, like, 10 minutes ago. Like, I don't know. So, but, you know, pen to paper, we need to put them down. So, it's time. I have a question for you, a nice, fun yes/no question for you off the bat. Is it Ferrari's year?
Don't. No, because here's the thing. Obviously.
Yes.
I've decided that it's Year of the Horse. It's Chinese Year of the Horse.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
And I've been so Ferrari baited by testing.
Yeah. I just wanted to, like, gauge your level of, and obviously we'll get there when we go through the predictions. You'll have to expose whether you think it's your year or not once we get to that in the predictions. But I just wanted to open up the floor so you can talk about how you feel about that.
Pre-testing, it was not our year. Post-testing, we'll find out.
But you're a lot more, and this is the horrible thing for you. It's like, have they given you all of this hope, and then you're just going to be even more upset when it goes wrong?
9 out of 10 chances, yes.
Yeah. And it's like, at that point, you'd just rather not be given the hope, surely.
Totally. It's the hope that kills you.
Anyways,
yeah,
sorry to do that to you off the bat, but I just had to. I was like,
no, it's
I've been watching testing being like, what's happening? With
Ferrari
a few different
like
things.
And they've got a lot.
Does a flip. Ferrari can do a flip.
Rear wing does a flip.
Ferrari can do a flip, and that's all I've taken out of testing.
Fair. That's a good takeaway. I mean, testing, while we're on it, we obviously waited to do this episode until after testing so that we at least maybe had some idea of what the season was going to look like. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it has certainly answered a few questions, but it's definitely raised a lot more.
Yes. I feel, I don't feel that much more clarity than I did before. But, like, on a few things, sure. But as you said, it raises so many more questions. I think, like, Ferrari's pace, I was not expecting.
Like, Charles topped a couple of sessions.
Yeah, he had the fastest time out of the 6 days of testing in Bahrain, that they had. But then also, I feel like Mercedes are sandbagging. I do. And I say that because they did significantly less race runs in the first test. They didn't do proper race runs. They didn't do proper quali runs at the end of the second test. And you look at George Russell, every time you see George Russell, he is grinning ear to ear. And I'm like, they haven't done a proper quali run. They're confident. So that's giving they don't feel like they need to because they know it's going to be good and they don't want to show their hand.
Yeah, I agree. That being said, I've heard Charles Leclerc is, like, grinning and smiling and, like...
He is, but I'm like...
contain it around the paddock too. So I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't know, but I feel like... I don't know whether... Like, it's... I think maybe Charles is happy because they do have a good car, but they have shown what they have. Mercedes have a good car, but they haven't quite shown how good it is yet.
Fair.
So they're both happy, but that's my concern for Ferrari. Yeah. And that's why I'm like, I'm reading into it. I'm hearing it. I'm picking up what they're... And don't get me wrong. If Charles Leclerc wins a championship with a Ferrari, that is enough to make a grown man cry. I am there for that. I don't think there's anybody that watches Formula One that wouldn't be happy with Charles Leclerc winning a world championship with Ferrari. But
yes,
I think we just, I don't know. But
yeah, we need to just take it all with a grain of salt.
Have you seen the race starts?
Okay. Again, great news for Ferrari.
Yeah.
Because they seem to have their start sorted. And apparently they're thinking about... So for those who maybe haven't seen it, it's going to take like 10 seconds for the battery to charge up enough while they're sitting on the grid for them to be able to like actually do a race start. So Ferrari were, I think, able to do it faster than that, or like quicker. They were able to like get
less
up to
revs.
speed.
I don't know, something like that.
So now they're considering changing the starting procedure to allow for like time to charge up the battery, which is very Formula E. A lot of what's coming out of testing is that Formula One is becoming very Formula E coded.
Yeah. Which is fun. Not.
Yeah.
But having recently learned a lot more about Formula E,
yeah.
I think we should go away from it.
Yeah, agreed. That already exists. Formula E exists. We don't need we need to become like that.
Exactly.
But okay, so Charles Leclerc's having a great time in his Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis Hamilton has had a few gripes.
Yeah.
In that he's very much been like, you need a PhD to operate this vehicle.
Yeah,
because there's so much going on.
But then he's also like, I like this car, it's slidey, it's oversteery, it's easier to catch. He's like, I helped build it, it's got my DNA. Like, Lewis, what? Yeah. What did you do?
Messaging.
Like,
yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm a bit confused. But his
confused.
race starts speak for themselves, I think.
Yes.
Because that was an area in which McLaren were struggling in the first few days of testing. They could not get off the line. But then on the last day of testing, Lando was like, pew! So I'm like, okay.
I was going to say, does it make you nervous as a Lando fan that maybe his race starts might
get even worse? At least I have something to blame it on this time, honestly.
True.
I'm like, we're a team of bottlers, guys. We bottle it all.
Guys.
I did see Zach Brown and I was like, oh!
Yeah.
Panic. It's too soon. I don't want to see him.
Oh, I know.
That's how I feel about Drive to Survive coming out next week. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. I will, but like, I don't. There's so much of last season I just don't want to relive. I don't want to relive Canada. I don't want to relive Vegas. I don't want to relive Monza. I don't want to relive Baku. That's not the point. Fair. Anyway, let's move on.
Any episode that has like something to do with McLaren in the title, just skip that one.
But they're all gonna like.
Yeah.
I mean, apart from the one that's about Ferrari.
Yeah.
But anyways, the other not so good piece of news coming out of testing is that they all say overtaking is not better. Yeah,
well, they all, I think, are trying to obviously just work out how the battery deployment shit all works.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I think what'll be interesting to see as, like, a viewer is how Sky Sports are gonna, like, or all the, like, F1 broadcasters are going to, like, display that information.
Yeah.
Because, like, DRS we could see that they were within a second and then, okay, great, like, they're gonna get DRS. But now it's like, you have to know what people's battery levels are. Is there in, like, overtake mode? Like...
But I still think it's if you're within a second, you can use overtake mode in certain areas. So I think functionality-wise, it will still operate similarly to DRS, even though what's physically happening in the car is very different to DRS. Like, I still think, because the active aero, they can all use no matter where you are compared to the other cars.
Yeah. But it's still, like, battery deployment, like, boost mode or whatever they're calling it.
Straight mode,
yeah.
No, I think that's DRS is basically straight mode, I think.
Yeah.
Or what DRS was, aka Ferrari's rotating, really.
Yeah. Anyway, however the broadcasters choose to, like, display, because I think there's going to be a lot more technical information that will, like, be important to understanding, like, where everyone's at in the race. So it'll be very interesting to see how they like display that.
There's going to be me at like 4 a.m. watching the Australian Grand Prix like, huh? I'm going to be like, the start's not going to work. Happening? People are going to be in the wall. I'm going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's going to be an interesting morning for me. A couple of other not so good things to note from testing. Two teams that I kind of want to flag there would be Williams and Aston.
I think Aston especially.
Yeah.
Maybe Williams I didn't have highest hopes for because, like, they didn't make it to the, like, shakedown in Barcelona. Yeah. So I was like, oh.
But just because they've spent the past 2 years being like, see you in 2026.
Yeah. Well, so have Aston Martin. Yeah. And, like, obviously they've invested in Adrian Newey. They've switched to the Honda engine. And it just seems like everything has gone wrong.
And I feel like they've got personnel, aka Adrian Newey and Fernando Alonso, and people from Honda who know how to build a winning car. So I feel like they will turn it around. How long that takes, God only knows. And they are 100% on the back foot. They're 4 seconds off the pace.
That was an insane headline. When I read that, I was like,
and they've got reliability issues. On the last day of testing, they completed 6 laps. Lance Stroll did 6 laps and then beached himself in the gravel. But I think it was more to do, maybe it was the car, I don't know. I don't want to point fingers at him just yet. But, like, it's not looking good.
No, I fear they're in for a rough start to the season. I wouldn't be surprised if they did not finish Melbourne, maybe even the next couple, like China, Japan, like.
And I feel like surely, with technical difficulties, and you just know Fernando Alonso is gonna be screaming down the radio, like.
Because this is probably this year and maybe next year is like I would say probably his last chance.
And especially if it doesn't go well. If it doesn't go well, I think he's for his own stability. But also, have you seen all of the memes? They're kind of funny about like Honda when they're making an engine for Fernando Alonso versus when they're making an engine for other people. Yeah. Because obviously he was with McLaren when Honda was making their engine. That didn't go well. Then Red Bull got Honda, and Honda were like, rocket ship. And now
let me lock in real quick.
They've got Honda and Adrian Newey, what you would think would be the pairing that made, well, not what you would think, they were the pairing that made Max Verstappen's rocket ship.
Yeah.
No, not for Fernando.
Not for Fernando.
No. Apparently not. Honda are like, I can't work with this man.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Honestly.
They're like, I'm going to make your life hell.
Literally.
Anyways.
Did you have anything else to say about testing, or should we get into our predictions?
Couple more notes, just quickly.
Yeah.
Quick fire notes. Audi fastest through the speed trap.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I was kind of impressed with what I saw from them, but again, I'm not reading too much into it. And a lot of improvement, it would seem, from Haas and from Alpine.
Yes.
They both
Haas
look
especially.
Yeah, they're looking good.
Yes,
I'm like, Ollie is like, he's got the car, he's like, I'm going to take that Ferrari seat, thank you. Thank you.
And just like looking reliable. I think reliability is going to be a big factor, like especially early this season. Yeah. So, looking good. Yeah. I mean,
and
obviously
Alpine had race
did
pace.
Like 1 billion laps. Yes, they did.
Alpine had race pace. Something I don't think I've ever said.
They've got like a very flat rear wing too. It's like quite different to everyone else's.
It goes down. Like it hinges from the bottom and it like flattens. It doesn't like make a gap. Like most of them pop up and make like a gap. Theirs just literally folds onto itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Fun. Yeah. Apparently
got
on
some
like
interesting rear wings this year.
Yeah. Long run race pace, Red Bull and McLaren are looking quite similar.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Yes.
Terrifying if you're me, but kind of fun. Anyway, that was just the last couple of notes I had.
Yes. So I guess we'll get into our predictions for the season. Yeah. The thing we've been putting off.
I'm so nervous to like put this episode out there because I'm like, guys, I don't know.
I have no idea, but it'll be funny to reflect back on at the end of the year.
Oh, it's gonna be hilarious.
And see all the things we got wrong.
Yep.
So, biggest winner. Who do you think is going to be the biggest winner of 2026?
I think it's going to be Mercedes and specifically George Russell. As I said, I think they're sandbagging. I've said so many times, I think if they've got the car, George is ready for a title fight. Yeah. And I think that car, and specifically him, I think it will be a win for Kimi as well, but I think I'm going to go with Mercedes.
Fair.
Team-wise, and then specifically George. What about you?
Yes. I mean, mine might be a bit of a spoiler for some of my later predictions, but like, I definitely think Mercedes in terms of just being back in the championship hunt, which they haven't been for a little while. But I also potentially think that it could be a very nice year for Max Verstappen.
I had him and I changed it, which is another spoiler. Which is another spoiler for, again, what I'm predicting later. But, like, I literally had it and then I changed it.
Yeah, fair. Well, that's good. We don't have the same.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Biggest loser. Who's your biggest loser for 2026?
I've just mentioned them, but Aston Martin. Because I think, as we said, they've come in, Adrian Newey, Honda engine, big dogs, and it's just not gone well so far. They might be able to turn it around, but I think from where they were predicted to be, or like what the hopes were for them to what the reality seems like it's going to be, I feel like it's them. And this might bite me in the ass when they turn it around in 2 seconds and become really fast. But
and then they're fine.
What about you?
I know. I also had Aston Martin.
Okay.
Unsurprisingly,
well, we can go down together.
We can. I don't know who I would have predicted if we'd done this before testing. It definitely wouldn't have been Aston Martin, though. That's for sure.
No.
It might have been Williams, like, if we'd done it between
Barcelona.
them not showing up to Barcelona.
Yeah.
Who knows? But, after testing, it's got to be Aston.
Yeah, honestly.
Will we have a new race winner?
I have gone with yes. And I think
too.
that I don't think we've gone for the same person, probably.
Yep. Kimi Antonelli.
Yep. I think he looks quick. He's topped a couple of days of testing or sessions of testing. If Mercedes are sandbagging, he's going to be up there. I don't think he's going to be necessarily in the title fight, but I think there'll be enough circumstances go correctly for him to get on the board in terms of race wins, which will be exciting.
Yeah, agreed. I know. I would love to see a Kimi win this year.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how the Red Bull's looking, like, if something happens to Max, like, Hadjar might, swing a win, as well, but they're probably the only two I would put my money on in terms of new race winners.
I agree. And I think I'm much less confident on Isaac. Like, again, the second Red Bull seat, like, obviously it was kind of chill, but, like, in testing, he was the one that the car just decided to have reliability issues when it was his turn to drive it. Like, that's nothing to do with, like, the team or, you know, anything like that, but it's just like, oh, God. Like, again?
Yeah, I know.
But
I know.
Also, reliability issues for Red Bull seems a bit, like, compared to some of the other top teams, they did have a few more, I think, than the others.
Yeah, it will be interesting, like, after Adrian Newey left.
Yeah.
So it will be very interesting to see
I mean, they were fine last year. So
Yes.
But, yeah.
All right, next question. Will we have a new world champion? Yes or no?
This answer did change as well. From no to yes. I think we will have a new world champion, and I think that it will be George Russell. I do. I'm falling for it. But also, if Ferrari are as fast as they look, it also could be Charles. So I'm just going to go with yes.
Fair.
And hope that Max
that's
doesn't
the safer bet. Yeah.
Like, percentage-wise of who I think is going to be at the front. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Shh, don't tell him.
Yeah. Max Verstappen has me in a chokehold.
Yeah.
Because I've said no. I just feel like, and especially because I think coming out of testing, all the news is like, the car is so much more like technical for the drivers to operate.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is so far up Max's alley. I feel like it's not even funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that man lives on a simulator. Like, he's in that like mode 24/7. So I feel like it just caters so nicely to him, and the fact that the Red Bull has clearly come out and not been terrible.
Yeah, he'll be up there.
You add Max Verstappen into that mix and like...
Yeah, because I changed mine from Max because I was like, someone that I trust to be consistent and to not get caught up in chaos and this and that when the season inevitably goes tits up. Like, someone that I trust to be there week in, week out, overdriving the car, doesn't matter what track it is, doesn't matter what the weather. Someone that I trust to always be there is Max, and that was my argument for having him as the world champion. But then I changed my mind.
But you know what, though? If we get a Max George title fight this year, it's the thing
and the thing is, I prefer that so much to, like, even though it sounds insane, but like an Oscar Lando title fight, because that was just
of course.
Panic. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Because then I'll just purely be able to watch it from like a objective perspective.
Totally. And you don't have to deal with like intra-team politics and like, are they giving someone a better strategy? Are they like sabotaging whoever? Like,
it'll just be a balls to the wall. Like, so I'm here for that. 100%.
Can you imagine the interviews? Like,
I'm just imagining the racing, like with Max already trying to bump him off the road just for fun in Barcelona. Like, he just did that just for fun. Imagine when they're fighting for the championship.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I will eat it
Literally. I'm like, hello. And George being like, and Max is just going to be like, shut the fuck up. Like, it.
Literally.
Anyways.
So good.
Good stuff.
So good. Okay, so next question, which this will be like a bit of a two-parter, but first part, do you think that there will be any mid-season driver changes this year? Obviously last year we had, it was very early season driver change with the Red Bull and the V-Carb, but do you think there will be any this year?
I've gone with no, because I feel like obviously the most treacherous for this is Red Bull and RB, and I just think they've tried Liam. Lindblad's brand new. I don't think that they would swing that, especially, and why I've gone for like no overall as well is it being new regs. I feel like they'll be more inclined to let the dust settle and let everyone kind of work into it a little bit more.
Yes.
That's why I've gone with no.
Yeah, I also went for no. I did think if there was going to be one, my thinking is it would maybe be Esteban Ocon at Haas.
Yeah, this did cross my mind too.
Yeah, obviously last year Ollie Behrman absolutely outdrove him, and if they've got someone in the wings, which I don't really know if they do, but if they do have someone, and Esteban's so true, so true. But
bring him back.
Bring him back. Like, if Esteban Ocon is not performing, then maybe they consider it. Yeah. Like, if Ollie's doing really well, and then, I don't know, Jack's doing well in a sim, maybe they switch him out. But I agree. I don't think it's going to happen. I was thinking if there was going to be one, that would be who I would put my money on.
Yeah, it did cross my mind as well. I just think that with it being new regs, I don't think that they would swap out someone with that much experience for another rookie.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it depends, I guess, behind the scenes what Esteban's kind of contribution is like and everything like that, which I don't really know, but
who knows?
It did cross my mind as well. I think that will be a very interesting one going into 2027.
Agreed.
Because I wouldn't be surprised if you see both Haas drivers change.
Well, that's the second part of this question. Mm-hmm. So, obviously, driver changes for 2027 will be announced this year. So, what announcements are you predicting will be made this year for the 2027 grid?
I think there's going to be chaos in terms of silly season. I think, as I just said, I think both Haas drivers could change.
Yep, agreed.
I think we could see retirements from Hamilton and Alonso, potentially. I don't think we have both of them, but, like, it's not out of the question.
I agree. You know the other person who I think might retire?
Max.
After this season? Lance Stroll. If the Aston sucks, and they can't get it together, I feel like surely he's done after this year.
Yeah, like he already don't want to be there.
Surely you're tapping out. Yeah. And like this was the thing you were maybe holding on to for the last couple of years when this has maybe been in the works.
Yeah.
Like, and then if it doesn't work out, surely...
I don't know. But, like, with him, it's so complicated with, like, his dad. And, like, it's just so hard to know. Totally. But it's an interesting call. Because then there's also, like, the Cadillac seats. Like, what's going on there? Like, I assume they'll kind of stay for a little while. But, like, Perez and Bottas back on the grid is, like, an interesting little dynamic as well. Like,
it
throwing them back in the mix. It's like, okay.
I definitely give them 2 years.
2 years,
I think
100%.
It'll be 2 years before they switch one of them out.
Yeah, like, I think we also could see changes with Alpine, with Colapinto, depending how that goes. Potentially more changes with RB, depending how that goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
Then Mercedes... Like, Mercedes will be a huge talking point in terms of contract. If they're the fastest car, especially. Because both of their drivers are on a 1 year.
Yes.
Or like a 1+1. Both could be out.
Yeah, I mean, like, it depends on who comes knocking. Like, obviously, if Max comes knocking, one of them's gone. And we've obviously gone back and forth about who we think that would be. Mm-hmm. But, like... Yeah, it'll be very interesting. I think you're absolutely right. Silly season is going to be wild. I think we will see driver retirements after this season. And
lost seats, I think.
Big shake-up. Yeah.
I think Esteban Ocon is probably at high risk of losing his seat if he doesn't perform.
Agreed.
But I don't know. Because then also, like, you look at people, like, on the older end, like Nico Hulkenberg. It's like, okay... What's he doing?
Yeah. He's just going to hang around at Audi. Who knows for how long?
Probably. Depends how it goes.
Yeah.
Like, it's so... Yeah, but I think silly season this year is going to be, like, ballistic with rumours. And just...
Fun.
I'm pretty happy with my McLarens. I feel like we're pretty good.
I think they're pretty locked in. Yeah.
I think we're pretty good. Especially if
one
we're
of the
not...
only teams that's pretty locked in. McLaren and Williams.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like everyone else is a bit all over the place. And I feel like with McLaren, if we were in the position again where it's the two drivers against each other, that might force Oscar to leave just because of politics. But I don't think they're going to be in that position. And I think it's still going to be a relatively good car to be in next year.
Yeah, agreed.
So I reckon they'll both just stick with it.
Okay, so that's all our, like, you know... drivers' predictions in terms of, you know, changes and, like, who we think's going to be the world champion and la 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 la. But now I think we go through one by one and talk about who we think from 11th all the way through to 1st in the Constructors, what the championship order will be.
Yes.
So let's start at 11th. We'll go one by one. Mm-hmm. Who did you have finishing last in the 2026 season?
Finishing last, I have Cadillac.
I also had Cadillac.
Okay, because I just feel like they've done well to show up. They're here, they exist, but there's going to be so many teething problems. They weren't lighting up the times. I think they were faster than Aston Martin, but I think they're going to have a lot of teething issues. They're just going to be settling in. I feel like Aston might have the capacity to turn the car around better and quicker than Cadillac. So, I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing that I think they're going to finish last, because it's their first year. So, honestly, expectations are on the floor. So
on the floor. Absolutely. Completely agree.
Yes.
In 10th place, I then had Audi.
Okay. I then had Aston Martin.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I know that I've just said I feel like...
So you really don't think they're going to get it together?
No. I feel like they will turn it around, but then again, it's like, how quickly can they turn it around? And I am more convinced in the pairing of Hülkenberg and Bortoleto to put more points on the board than I am...
Fair enough.
Alonso and Stroll. Alonso, Stroll, not so much. But I think constructors-wise...
Yeah.
That's why I've put them below. I think this one might bite me in the ass. But we'll see.
Well, in 9th place, I also had Aston Martin. So I haven't really given them that much more.
No, and I had Audi. So I feel like...
Okay, so we'll see whether Audi, Aston Martin...
Yeah.
Honestly, from thinking like they could be in the constructors fight to now like bang.
Yeah, like are they last? Yeah.
Yeah. Like testing has really shone the light on Aston Martin. In 8th place, who did you have?
I've gone with RB, which...
So did I.
Interesting. Okay. Because I didn't really know where to put them. And I feel like they've got a rookie in the car. They've got Liam, who's a bit chaotic. And I don't know. Like, they looked good reliability-wise. Lindblad was, like, clocking laps. He did the most laps in a day out of anyone. So, I don't know. But I just feel like
I was a bit like that too.
I back some of the others to pull it together. Or they looked more convincing in testing, which is always a concerning thing to be basing it off. But, I don't know.
I know, I was a bit like that. I felt like they'd be better than those bottom 3 that we predicted. But I also feel like they're not going to be faster than the other midfield teams.
Agree.
So that was kind of where they slot in.
Yeah, and I feel like... they had a good car last year, but I feel like Hadjar was such a big part of them doing so well last year, and now he's not there.
Agreed. Yeah. So it will be very interesting. I mean, obviously Liam Lawson finally gets a full season in one car now, hopefully. Yeah. So, that's hopefully going to count for something, but we'll see how we go. In 7th place, who did you have?
I found these 3 really tricky to place.
Right.
And you're going to yell at me, but I've gone for Williams. So, and it broke my heart to do it, but they're starting on the back foot. Again, they missed shakedown, they're overweight. Albon was saying they haven't made up the ground that they needed to after missing Barcelona. And I just think they look on the back foot compared to Alpine and Haas. And I hope that they're able to pick that up and turn it around. They've got the driver lineup for it. We know they can do it, but it hasn't been a strong start. And just compared to those other 2 who I think obviously are going to be at the top of the midfield, I don't know. We'll see. Who have you gone for?
Fair. I went for Alpine, and maybe this might still be a little bit of Carlos Sainz bias.
Yeah.
But it worked for me last year.
It did. It worked for you.
So we're running with it again. But I just feel like Colapinto has not proven himself at all. And he might have the car under him, but he also might not. So he might be contributing, but he also might not.
Yep.
And that team, I mean, I just have no confidence in them after last year, even with their new Mercedes powered engine. So do I think that they'll be better than those bottom 4? Yes. Do I think that they're going to be better than anyone else? I don't think so.
Yeah,
so
fair.
I had them in 7th. But then I say I was mad at you for putting Williams in 7th. I put them in 6th.
Okay.
So I haven't given them that much more grace.
Mm-hmm.
Because for everything you just said, like the fact that they just haven't kind of had it together for the start of this year for the preseason, and yeah, I think I just put them in 6 because I want them to do it.
Yeah, fair. Well, I've gone in 6th place for Alpine, so again, just a little swapsy there.
Around.
But they look a lot better than they did last year, which isn't hard because they were terrible last year. But like, I feel like they've put together an okay package. I kind of agree. The reason I've put them below Haas is, again, like kind of just comparing the driver lineup. But I really rate Gasly. He can pull out an incredible result. So I feel like if he's got the car underneath him, he can be definitely like in the fight for best of the rest consistently if he has the car. So that's why I've gone with them.
Fair. So it sounds like we've both put in 5th place at the top of the midfield Haas, which they just impressed in testing.
Yeah.
Like, they looked really consistent. They were looking quick. Like, very impressed.
Yeah.
So we'll see, I think, intra-team, how, like, Ollie and Esteban Ocon go against each other. But
it's a bit
I think they'll be a really good team to watch.
100%. I'm concerned for Ollie's like health and well-being, because you know Ocon can turn on a teammate when it's not going well. So I'm like,
true.
Like, I know there are Esteban Ocon haters around. I'm not one of them, but I do acknowledge that he has had some petty teammate fights in his time. So, but I agree they're going to be fun to watch for sure. And yeah, who have you gone for in 4th?
Yeah. So, like, obviously the top 4...
It was so hard. I was swapping these around so much.
Me too. And testing made me obviously consider things.
Year of the horse.
And I know. That being said, I think there'll be a big chasm between the top 4 and, like, Haas.
Yes.
So... like, I think they will be significantly ahead.
I agree.
That being said, my hope was inflated during practice, but I'm still being reasonable.
Okay.
So I think it will be Ferrari in 4th.
Okay. Well, look, you've set the bar on the floor, so it can only go up from here.
Hopefully only go up. Hopefully.
Touch wood.
Surely it can't go down.
You'd really hope not.
Oh.
You really, really hope not. Fair enough. In 4th place, and again, this was moving around a lot, and a lot of this was kind of influenced by what I ended up doing for my top 5 drivers predictions, because I was kind of like, well, if I'm putting them there, then like constructors wise, like,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So in 4th place, I've actually gone for Red Bull, which is concerning, because I said I won't underestimate Max Verstappen again.
Here she is.
And I've gone with Red Bull in 4th. So I'm ready to be hurt again. But I put them there because, you know, I don't think Verstappen topped a time. And they had a few more reliability issues. We know the second seat's a little cursed. Isaac might take time to, you know, get to speed with that car. And I just feel like the other 3 teams might be scoring more consistently with both cars. And if Verstappen is not glaringly ahead as he has been in the past, he might not be able to pull that constructors title completely on his own.
Yeah.
I mean, he can do it. We've seen it before. But
we have.
I feel like this year it might be too close for that to happen, and coming up against teammate pairings like the other 3 teams.
Yeah.
That's why I've done that. But I'm not confident in it whatsoever.
Fair. I think Lewis's comments about like his just lack of, I mean, he made very mixed comments as we said in practice, but the fact that he just didn't seem to be like fully on top of like how the car worked, or like wasn't really happy with it, like in terms of like the actual driving style of it.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
But then he was saying that he did like it. So I'm like,
I know. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
Like, which one do you weight towards? Anyways, in third place, I had Red Bull.
Okay.
So we've switched around. Basically just, had a bit more faith in Max Verstappen.
Than in Ferrari.
Than in Ferrari.
Honestly valid. I can't argue with that. I really can't fault that logic.
Yeah. And I think also, like, faith in Hadjar. Like, and just, again, hopefully. I'm ready to be hurt again. Yeah. But, like, coming into the year with positivity that second Red Bull seat won't be terrible.
Yeah.
So.
The curse might be lifted.
Yes. How about you? Who did you have in third place?
I put Ferrari. So, again, kind of similar reasons. I think, a bit more falling for the propaganda. I'm a little less inclined to be hurt by this because they're not my team. But I think that I was talking about this in the office the other day, and we were talking about, like, drivers on the grid who are, like, where would we rank them just off natural talent? And Charles is up there, probably second to Max on the current grid. Like, and I was just like, God, he's really good. So I was like, plus, like, they look good. He topped a few days of testing. Their starts look good. And if that's, like, a thing, then, like, that might be good. But God knows.
Agreed. I know.
God, Ferrari is so hard to pick.
I know. Because they could be looking good and then they'll put wet tyres on in the dry. And you're like, okay, well, you threw it away.
We're going to rock up to Melbourne in 40-degree heat and they're going to be on full wets.
Yeah, exactly. So you just never know. In second place, so obviously first and second,
same teams.
We'll announce it together because obviously
I think we've probably gone for the same as well.
I think we probably have. So my constructors champions for 2026 will be Mercedes. I assume yours is the same.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, with McLaren coming in second. I just think that Mercedes is looking good. It's looking real good, and with the two of them, I think I think at this point they've got it in the bag. Having not turned a wheel under racing
I think
conditions,
the only thing that
at
could
this point
unsettle
they've got it in the bag.
That is the and this is why I've put McLaren above Ferrari and Red Bull ultimately, is the consistency of that driver lineup. Like, the two drivers in tandem, Oscar and Lando, are so good. Obviously, Oscar had his, like, whatever the fuck that was towards the end of last year. But, like, all in all, they are both so level and so consistent and so even between the two of them that I just feel like they will both be clocking results. Whereas for Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull, I feel like that's a little bit less of a lock. But I still think Mercedes will win because, But like, I back McLaren.
Yeah,
even if their car is like maybe on like pace, maybe might be slower than Ferrari, might be slower. It'll probably than Max. I just feel like constructors wise over the course of a season with the two cars scoring consistently
between the two of them,
it's a good combo.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so that's our first to 11th constructors order. Let's do, I think, the one we've both been dreading, which is our top 5 World Drivers Championship order. So we'll go 5th
Even
to
just
first.
Looking at it again, it just doesn't make any sense. I'm like, this is no good. This is bad.
All right. So in 5th place, I have Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
I feel like I've been very responsible in my Ferrari delusion.
She's tempering her hopes.
Myself. Yeah, for real.
That's fair. Because last year you didn't, and that went poorly.
Yeah, last year I said world champion.
Yeah. In 5th place, I have Oscar Piastri, which is, again, a bit of a hate crime because he's who I want to win the world championship. So we both put who we want to win in.
That's true.
5th.
Maybe there's something to that.
Yeah, maybe. But I just feel like I don't even fucking know, to be honest. He was gonna be the one that I drop out of the top 5, and I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Fair.
So I didn't.
Fair.
But, like, oh, yeah, I don't even know. Honestly, between the pair of him and Lando, it was like, I wanted to drop one of them out.
Yeah.
But I just, like, couldn't.
Fair.
I couldn't pick between them.
Fair. I, in 4th place, had Lando Norris.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just insane because he won the World Championship last year.
Yeah.
So, crazy. Who did you have?
Yeah. I have Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
Because I earlier today I had him in 2nd. I won't lie to you. I did. And then I was like, that's taking the piss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I kind of moved him a bit. But then with Ferrari and the constructors, like, I was just like, oh, I don't know. But I feel like, yeah, Ferrari can be inconsistent.
Yep.
And I'm not sold. But I'm
Fair.
still quite confident.
Yes. In his abilities, at least. Yeah.
I'm not confident in any of this. I'm confident in Charles' ability. I'm not. This top 5 is terrible. Like, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's not good. Anyways.
Oh well, it'll be funny come December.
It will be funny.
This. So it'll be
good. And it's so funny coming into this. I was like, I'm just gonna say it with chest, and then we'll just rock with it. I'm not saying it with chest at all.
Yeah. I'm saying it very quietly.
Yeah, zero confidence
I'm whispering
in that.
In 3rd place, who did you have?
Mm-hmm. I have Lando Norris in 3rd place.
Lando Norris, fair enough.
Put him above Oscar because I feel like when he gets his confidence up is when he's really quite good, and that's, I feel like, where he can get the edge over Oscar, where he did get the edge over Oscar. Exactly. Fair. Whether the pressure of being reigning world champion might be, I don't think it will be too much because he's not being expected by really anyone to win it, so I feel like that pressure's kind of gone. So I feel like he might carry with him a bit of quiet confidence.
Yeah.
And I just said I couldn't pick between Lando and Oscar, and now I've split them with Charles, so that doesn't make sense.
Who knows?
So I don't really know.
Yeah, fair.
But who did you have?
I had Oscar Piastri.
Okay,
So again, I feel like that was just the Australian in me being like, surely he can at least beat Lando this year. Even if he doesn't win the championship, he can at least be on top of his teammates.
That would be nice.
Yes.
That would be really nice.
Agreed.
I didn't predict it, but that would be nice.
Yes. In 2nd place, who do you have?
I have Max Verstappen in 2nd place, which, again, none of this makes sense when I look at my, like, things, because I had him, like, Red Bull 4th, and I have Mercedes 1st, and Kimi Antonelli nowhere to be seen in my top 5. So, make it make sense, but I just, as I said, I can't, I was moving him around today in this top 5, and I'm like, I do not feel safe putting him lower than 3rd.
Fair.
That's not, like, I don't feel like that's the right thing to do.
So
I feel like the car, he'll be there. He'll be there for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't quite back him to pip that Mercedes. With George being so consistent as he has been, like, in the past year and the lead up to this year.
Fair enough.
But then, who do you have in 2nd and why?
I have George Russell because I just can't bring myself to think that he's gonna be better than Max.
So fair.
Like, that just doesn't, like, compute in my brain. And is it probably gonna happen? Yeah. But, like, I just can't. I'm like, in my brain, that world just doesn't exist where George Russell beats Max Verstappen. Like,
yeah.
And maybe that Mercedes is just an absolute rocket ship, and, like, he's just well clear. But in my head, Max is just so much. Yes, George is so consistent. Max is just a better driver. He's the best driver on the grid.
For sure. 100%. And it's just like, it's so scary not putting him first. And as I said, I had him first. When I first wrote these down, I had him first. And then I kind of was researching a bit more and looking back into it, and then kind of looked at the other teams and the cars, and I was like, oh. Yeah. But again, I'm not putting him that any further down.
No.
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously I had Max to win, and you had
George to win. Yeah.
Again, that is going to be so crazy. I'm so excited for the season if it is going to be a Max and George title fight. I'm so here for that.
I'm just excited for the season because I feel like from testing, it doesn't seem like one team is leaps and bounds ahead. Unless Mercedes are sandbagging, which I accused them of earlier. So, unless, who knows. But it feels wrong to have them being like, Mercedes is such a rocket ship, and then neither of us have put Kimi in the top 5. I had him again. Consistency, rookie.
Yeah, like it's only his second
year. Over the course of a season.
I'd probably put him 6th. Like, I wouldn't put him far out of my top 5. But
I'd put him 6th above Lewis for sure.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But I feel like he could easily end up in that top 5.
For sure.
Coming end of the year. But there was no one that I was willing to drop out of it.
Fair. Agree. Well, we had the same 5 drivers, just in a totally different order.
And the same 5 as last year too.
Very true.
Oh, for me, not for you.
Oh yeah, I had Lewis.
And you're not making that mistake again.
I am not making that mistake again.
No, well, but I have zero confidence in this. But hey, I just hope it's close.
We did it. Yeah, it's done, and it's out in the universe now. So we'll come back. We will forget about it, and then we'll come back to it in December. So I guess we'll finish off then with, we both just made some like random predictions for things that we think might happen. So we'll go one at a time. What was your first random prediction?
My first random prediction, we will see whether this comes true pretty quickly, because I think there's going to be like immediate mayhem off the start line in Australia.
Yep.
Like, I just think it's going to be, if the start procedure is a bit like, hey, how's it going? You know, I just feel like that would happen.
Yeah, I feel like my Melbourne predictions are definitely going to include DNFs. Many DNFs.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So that will probably be a prediction that I have for the race as well, but it's just a prediction that I thought of. I just feel like it's going to be mental.
Yep.
I also... Oh, wait, no, you go. What's one of yours?
Oh, yeah. One of mine, which is obviously kind of funny given that we were just talking about him in our championship lineup, but I think that this will be the year that Lewis Hamilton gets a podium with Ferrari. He went all through last year without one, and I think this year he's gotten rid of the cars that apparently were not his style, those ground effect cars. So let's, like, I mean, I'm crossing my fingers that he at least gets on the podium. I'm not saying he's going to win a race, but just a podium. A podium for Lewis, please.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
That's good.
That is fine. What was your next one?
I feel like that could happen.
Yeah, it could happen.
For sure.
We'll see. What was your next one?
My next one is that a reliability issue will cost someone a race win.
Ooh.
At some point this season, because we haven't seen it for a while. Probably since like Verstappen in Australia 2024.
Yeah, so true.
But like, I feel like, you know, new regs, reliability is obviously going to be a massive part of the year.
Yeah, so very true.
Who's to say it won't cost someone a race win?
Who's to say? That's a good prediction. I like it. I like it. My second one was another podium based one, which was that, because apparently I did so well with those last year.
Yeah.
That Alex Albon will get his first Williams podium.
Okay, love.
I would like to see that. Obviously,
it's about damn time.
Yeah, we got a couple Carlos ones last year.
Even though you've put Williams...
Even though, look, it's just, there's going to be a crazy race. Everyone else
for sure
is going to, like, stall off
if Nico Hulkenberg can get a podium in a Sauber.
Exactly. Anything's possible. So Alex Albon on the podium, please. Thank you.
Love that.
Did you have any more?
Also got, I've got a podium one as well.
Yes.
I think that this year we will see for the first time Ollie Behrman on the podium.
Yes! I would love that. That would be such a vibe.
With predicting Haas to be best of the rest, and as you said, some crazy results.
Yep.
I think it's time.
Fair enough.
I think it's time. He got a P4 last year. He can get P3.
Yeah, fair. Cute. My final random prediction was that Valtteri Bottas will be the number 2-est of the number 2 drivers.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
Yeah, I think Perez will beat him.
Outperform Bottas.
Yeah, in the championship.
Just vibes or?
Just vibes, pure vibes. But, I mean, Perez, like, as much as I hated on him while he was at Red Bull, we've all admitted
that we were a little harsh on him.
Yeah, exactly. But he is a good driver. And, yeah, I mean, it's mostly just vibes, but I would put him above Bottas.
Okay, interesting.
I think it's been a shorter amount of time since Perez has had to be driving to, like, the full extent of his ability. In the sense of, like, Bottas was, like, at Sauber, and so, like, I think he could just kind of, like, take it a bit more chill and easy, and, like, whereas Perez was constantly under pressure to be performing, so he had to stay, like, so intensely on top of his game. And that's not anything against Bottas. That's just the way my brain has worked out.
Fair.
Who I think will be on top. So, do you have any thoughts on who you think will be?
I would say the other way around, but all of your points I completely understand.
Fair.
But I would just say because Bottas was so consistent. Yeah. And I feel like Perez was smashing the car to bits every 2 seconds. Fair. How much of that was because he was under pressure, because the car was hard to drive, etc., 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 who knows?
Yeah.
But I feel like when Bottas was, like, second driver to Lewis, he was way more consistently there than Perez was to Verstappen.
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, just consistency-wise. But, again, I don't think... Like, I feel like neither of them are going to be in the points enough for that to really take effect.
Yes.
Because I feel like maybe Perez will still smash the car to pieces every 2 seconds, but it's not going to... Bottas isn't going to be getting points anyway. Yes. So they're both going to be on 0.
Yeah, and we might have to look at, like, average
I kind of
results.
might just be a bit of a fluke. Yeah. Like, I feel like it might be hard to kind of validate that. Like, he might be consistently P18. Like...
Yeah.
P22 exists now.
Yes,
so,
I know. Crazy.
I mean, they did confirm, like, we need to probably wrap this up. I'm hollering it's 10 p.m. But they did confirm as well that qualifying will be 6 and 6 dropped and then still a top 10 shootout.
Yes.
So
yeah. Which
that was just, yeah. Yes. It's going to be a big day at 4 a.m. for me on the day of the Australian Grand Prix, because my AFL team's playing their first match of the season, like, that night. So, like, Australia time, the race is at 3 p.m. I think Colin was playing at, like, 5:30 p.m. or something.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just going to be
happening.
It's going to be an emotional day, and by the time it all finishes, it's only going to be, like, 9 a.m.
Yeah. True. Oh, boy.
I have all day to think of it.
Well, I'm going to be soaking up the races that are in my time zone. The handful
as you
of
should.
them.
Enjoy.
Yes,
Enjoy, and I'm not going to complain because I can't.
Fair. Well, I think that's it. That wraps up our predictions.
I think so. Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Confidence in them, but I'm so excited for the season to get underway. I miss it. I'm excited.
It's so
I'm
close
ready.
now as well. Like, it's only 2 weeks away.
I know.
So good.
Fun. Anyways, thank you guys so much for hanging out, listening, watching, whatever. If you're listening on an app, give us a 5-star review because it really helps us out. If you're watching, like the video, comment your thoughts, your predictions.
Yes,
so we're not alone in, like, laying down pen to paper. And subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And we'll see you after the first race of the year. All right.
So exciting.
Bye.
Bye.